Whew, we've got a good one today. Oof. Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can see from the title, we are back again with yet another review. And in today's review, we are actually going to be unboxing one of my Grails, which has just come in from eBay. Now, I'm incredibly excited for you guys to see it. I don't want to take up any more time on the intro, so let's go ahead and dive straight into the video. So before we go ahead and actually dive into the unboxing, I did just want to do a quick recap for anyone who may have missed one of my previous videos. Now in that video, I did break down my top 10 Grails that I'm looking to add into my personal collection. And of those 10, I was actually able to already pick up one of those shoes. It's been a couple of weeks since I did that video, but I'm still very surprised to say that it's only been 2 weeks and we now have one of the 10 in the collection. I'm still actively working to try and get the other 9 as well. It's going to be a very long endeavor because there's a lot of money on the table when it comes to these shoes. But I'm honestly super excited to be unboxing this one for you guys today. So I'm going to quit the rambling. We're going to get straight into the video. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So I feel like a lot of people that are actually going to be tuning into this video now will have seen my Instagram page, may have an inkling as to what this shoe actually is. And as soon as you see the box, you're probably already going to know exactly what it is. Now for the box itself, we do get that really nice clean all black look with the red Jumpman in the center. Now we do also have that elephant print or cement print at the lower third, probably giving it away by saying that, but you know, you've already seen it now. If we then take a quick look at the label, which reads, we have the Air Jordan 3 Retro OG in the white, fire red, true blue colorway. And this did come through the eBay authentication program. So peep the size label, that's what it should look like. That's what mine looks like. And I have also legit checked these myself. I've used the legit check app, and I've also had other people actually verify the shoes. You can never be too careful, especially in this market, but shout out to eBay again for another flawless purchase. Now on the inside, we do have that really nice red color. There it is. We do also have the authenticity guarantee from eBay. So whenever you order through the authenticity guarantee program, or whatever you want to call it, this is exactly what you get. And you do also have, you know, some legit check things on the actual shoe itself. And then on the inside, we do have the tissue paper. Now, obviously, I took the shoes out. I was too excited. I really wanted to actually unbox it on the actual video for you guys to see my reaction. But to be honest, the missus actually got into the package before me. And, you know, because she saw him, there was no way I wasn't going to see him. So I was very excited about that. Now, he didn't come for the packaging, so let's just go ahead and dive straight into the shoes. So without any further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the Air Jordan 3 True Blue 2016 release in its OG glory. Still can't believe that I'm sat here right now with this shoe in hand. It's only been about 2 weeks since I actually did my video on my top 10 Grails that I'd like to add into the collection. And it's maybe the universe was listening and it was calling out to me. But I actually found these for an incredible price on eBay that I just could not pass on.
Shut up and take my money.
So as soon as I saw these, especially since I'd just done that video, these were fresh in my memory. And I just couldn't pass on it. And having them in hand now, I'm just incredibly gassed to say I've got these. Now, I did recently pick up the Fire Red 3s, which you can see just behind me. And I did pick up the Black Cements last year. We do have the white cements coming out next year as well. So maybe this time next year, I will have my Mount Rushmore of Jordan 3s and we'll be able to say that I have all the original retro colorways. So very excited to be able to add this into the collection. I feel like there are some people sat at home right now already knowing that this was a shoe that I picked up. I'm pretty transparent, you know, and I'm pretty bad at keeping secrets. So I feel like a lot of people knew that this was the Grail that I had picked up. So even though this shoe did release over 6 years ago, I'm still going to give it the same review treatment like we do for every other shoe. I'm incredibly excited about the fact that we are going to be reviewing these, and I may even throw in a cheeky comparison to the previous OGs in the collection as well, just so you can get a sense of, you know, how it looks alongside those. So we just dive straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with. Now when it comes to the upper, we do have that pretty traditional Air Jordan 3 style in terms of the upper. So we do have a mostly leather construction, and the quality of the leather on this shoe is actually not what I was expecting. It feels like a very interesting, very thick cut of leather overall. Not sure if I would say it's premium or high quality. Feels a little bit stiff, to be completely honest. Maybe the fact that it's been 6 years since this shoe released and it's never been worn might have played a part in that. And then just wrapping around the toe box on the mudguard, we then have some flat white leather, which again isn't the most premium, but overall does the job and actually looks pretty decent. And then wrapping around the toe box as well as around the heel, we do have that OG style of elephant print, which is actually a lot lighter than what we are seeing with a lot more modern releases. Now I do have a couple of Jordan 3s to hand, which I want to show you guys just for reference, so let me just get them. So we're just going to kick this one off in terms of the shoes that we're going to take a look at and almost compare it to. So in hand we have the 2018 Black Cement and obviously the True Blues from 2016. Now just over that 2-year period there was a slight change up in terms of the shape. Nothing massive, nothing as drastic as what we will be seeing in just a second. But the overall shape and the overall look to the elephant print is actually quite substantially different. It's a lot darker with this one. It could be the fact that it's, aged and the fact that this shoe's been out for so long. Maybe it's gone a little bit more of like a yellowish colour to it, because we are also seeing some aging around the toe box as well, which is to be expected. It happens with all Jordan 3s. So if you didn't know that, now you do. It is definitely going to yellow over here instead of on the midsole, so definitely do bear that in mind. But I think overall, the shape isn't that far apart. They're pretty boxy. They're pretty, almost boot-like in a way. And it's just not the best shape, I'm going to be completely honest. I would say that the leather quality is probably a little bit better on these. That's just my opinion. You might have a slightly different take on that, or a completely different take on it. But I think overall, I do prefer the leather on this one to this one. And then if we do actually just compare it to the 2022 Fire Reds, the biggest thing to take away from that is the shape. I mean, just look at the shape difference on the True Blues to the Fire Reds. Now, when it comes to these 2022 releases, we are seeing a return to that retro vibe and just the overall shaping of the shoes. A lot better, a lot more truer to the OG according to a lot of people. And I think overall that new streamlined look to the toe box, just in terms of how it actually looks and the fact that it's a lot less bulky than what we had in 2016, I'm definitely saying that the shape on this one is a lot better than anything we've seen up to this point. And I would also say that the leather quality is a lot better on this one to this one as well. Much more premium, much softer to the touch, and I think overall just is a lot better. So yeah, those are just a quick comparison to the two OGs that we've had most recently. And when we do actually get the white cement, it should also follow the same, new look as the Fire Reds do. It doesn't make much sense for them to change it. We've seen this exact same shape with the Dark Iris, the Cardinals, the Neapolitans, and I'm sure with all the other threes we've had this year. Long may it continue, because the shape of these is beautiful. But if we then actually just jump back into some more of the details, now at the bottom of the laces we do have this really nice pop of red on the bottom eye stays. As we work our way into the middle, it then transitions into blue along with that elephant print, and the very top eye stays do feature that same blue colour and have been crafted from a TPU material. Around the ankle collar we then have this very thick, slightly less premium all-white perforated leather. And as we then work our way onto the heel of the shoe itself, we do see that traditional Air Jordan 3 heel plate along with that blue Nike Air branding. Always looks incredible. Definitely a huge fan of how it looks on the OG retro models. I'm personally glad that they don't do it with all the releases. We recently did do a review of the Dark Irises as well, so check that out if you haven't already. The link will be above. But that shoe does feature the Jumpman because it's a non-OG colorway. For me, it adds a lot of significance just leaving it for the OGs and certain special releases. So I'm glad it looks like how it does with the OG retro look. This was actually different with the previous retros from like 2003, 2009, and even 2011, I believe. So the return of the Nike Air was in 2016. Maybe on the reissue, we might be seeing a Jumpman. So if you don't like the Jumpman, you might be passing on those. But for me, I personally feel like either which way, Jumpman or Nike Air always looks absolutely incredible. In typical Jordan 3 fashion, we do just get one set of laces, which are your flat white shoelaces. Now beneath the laces themselves, we do have a very thick perforated white leather making up the tongue. And then at the very top of the tongue itself, we do have a much softer to the touch leather with the red Jumpman embroidered in the center. And then at the top of the tongue itself, we do have that really nice red trim. I personally do like how it looks on the 2016 and the 2018 pair. They've slimmed it down and they've made it a little bit more streamlined with the more newer releases like the Dark Irises. So it's a little bit, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but they've completely removed the trim at the very top. I like both. Again, I don't really have a preference to one way or the other. I think this definitely does add a really nice look to the shoe, but I do know that a lot of people do prefer the other look. So again, I guess it just comes down to preference. And then to add into that OG type of feel, on the left foot we do also have that hang tag with the Jumpman and the Air branding just underneath. Getting a pretty nice collection of these overall. I'm starting to actually get quite a lot in the collection, and things like that definitely add a lot of value for me. I really wish they would actually return like retro cards and things like that. I wasn't collecting back then, and just seeing some of the older videos where people have like the retro cards, It's just wish that I could go back to that time, but again, definitely welcome for me. And as we then work our way even further inside the shoe, we do have more red accents on the insole with that Nike branding. And then just to close that in terms of the details itself, as we work our way down to the midsole, we do have a polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit in there towards the heel. And as we then work our way onto the outsole, we have that exquisite Air Jordan 3 outsole, done in that mostly all grey colour with hits of white and accents of red at the forefoot, as well as on that Nike branding. Very nice indeed. Now, in a lot of my reviews, I do actually give shoes ratings, and this shoe isn't going to escape it. We are going to give these a pretty expected, solid 10 out of 10. This is an absolutely incredible shoe. It may not be the best in terms of materials and shape. Again, I'm going to keep reiterating that point. But just in terms of what it is, the fact it's the True Blue OG with that Nike branding, that makes it a 10 out of 10. Even if it isn't up to the standard of the more modern releases, it still holds a 10 out of 10 for me. And when these do re-release and they are reissued, I'm definitely going to get at least 1 or 2 pairs for the personal collection, because overall, this is an absolutely incredible shoe, and very glad to say that I've been able to tick it off the Grails list. I'd love to get your guys' opinion on this pickup as well. Let me know what you think of the price that I paid, the shoe in general, and let me know any of your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have stuck around to this point in the video, I just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace!